Hi guys, I want to come at you real quick today and show you exactly why I saddle hunt versus a climber or a hang-on stand. And this was a big problem for me when I first started hunting. I started out in the climber, then I went to the hang-on stand, and then I migrated my way to saddle hunting. And it's not for what you would think. It's not because of the reasons that a lot of people do it. You know, a lot of people say, well, I'm saving so much weight and all this and that, and then it really wasn't necessarily about the weight for me. Like, yes, those stands are a lot heavier than what I'm hunting with now, but none of that really is what factored in for me. So being deaf in one ear, I have a hard time getting in position before a deer shows up, because generally I'm not going to see them until they're dead on top of me. So I'm going to demonstrate this right here. So like you can see, I've got my knee pad and stuff set up on the tree just like I hunt, and I hunt from the seated position. 90% of the time I'm sitting here with my knees against the tree, just like this, just hanging out. It's super comfortable for me. I can hunt like this all day long, and it's never a problem. So say a deer comes in way over here to my right out in front of me. So all I have to do in this setup, in this situation, is I pick my bow up off the tree, and I don't have to stand up, which it is pretty easy to stand up in a saddle versus all that without getting busted. But so all I got to do is I literally put my left foot on my stick and I just walk around the tree, and then I can shoot anything out in front of me. I can shoot anything over here to this side. I can literally as long as you stay close to the tree and keep your knees to the tree, you can literally walk all the way around this tree. I can shoot anything over here, and I'm using the tree to hide behind, depending on where the deer's coming from. So if the deer's over here, you know, I'm not going that far around the tree. I'm stopping right here, but I'm still in that seated position. Like, I never really have to stand up. I'm just kind of working my way. Around the tree, depending on where the deer's at. So say the deer comes in directly behind me and stops, and I need to get a shot off directly behind me. Well, I still don't have to stand up. I just literally, still in the seated position, I just kind of spin myself around on my platform without ever standing up. It's very minimal movement. I draw and I shoot. Anything over here, I can do the same thing. So like, I've got shots all the way around me without ever making a whole lot of movement. You know what I'm saying? So that's all from this saddle in the seated position. Now you can do it standing too, or leaning, whatever they call it. I just prefer the seated position, especially with my knee pad on the tree. Like, I can get super comfortable and sit there like that all day. Now let me show you this. So if we wanted to go back here, and say we're going to hunt out of this climber, I've got it set up on the tree too. So say I'm just hanging out, sitting in this climber, right? It doesn't matter where the deer comes in. It's hard for me to shoot out of this climber because of the way the string angles are going to hit the stand itself. I haven't found a good way to shoot out of this climber. I never could. So when I would see a deer coming, you know, I'm sitting here, got my bow just hanging out on the front of the stand. When I see a deer coming in, I have to get stood up. Well, a lot of times they're so close to me, I cannot tell you how many times I got busted trying to stand up like that so that I could get my shot. And then you still got to do all your turning to wherever the deer's at so that you can get your shot off. And I'm not saying you can't get, if you're standing up on your climber, yeah, you can get pretty much any shot. I can get out of that saddle, I can get out of this. It's not a I'm going to get more shot opportunities out of this saddle than I am this climber. Like, I can still pretty much make this happen. Okay, that's not really the thing. It's just having to stand all the way up first to get my shot. That's what I didn't like about the climber. So what I didn't like about this, so say I'm in, so I'm migrated from the climbing stand to the hang-on stand, right? I never was a fan of having to hang one of these things, I just didn't really care for it in the dark, the way I had to hang off the tree and stuff, which the one I was using was heavier, so it was harder to hang than like a lightweight bee stand or some of these other brands that are real lightweight. But say I needed to get a shot off in front of me. Well, in this, like, I've still got to remember to try to turn myself sideways to do it from the seated position, because I ran into the same problem a couple seasons ago hunting out of a ladder stand, which is basically the same setup as this. And so I drew on a deer and I went to shoot, and I'm used to hunting out of the saddle. So I didn't have my legs turned the right way. So when I went to shoot, when that cam rotated, it hit my knee. After I shot, it hit my knee and caused my bow to drop forward like that. Completely missed the deer because I didn't have my legs. I had my legs in the way of the shot. It's a wonder it didn't mess my bow up, but it didn't. So still yet, even out of this, yes, I can get some shots from the seated position, but I would still want to stand up to make sure that my legs are not in the way of those cams or anything. I don't have to think about it that way. Like, I don't have to think, okay, where are my legs at while I'm trying to shoot? That's what I have to do out of this. And I can still turn and get all that, but you still got to stand up, like I said, to get the good shots without having to worry about anything interfering with my shot. I still have to stand up. In the saddle, that's just not an issue. Like I said, I can shoot from that seated position out of that saddle and never have the problems that I have out of these two. So that was the main draw for me as far as saddle hunting and hunting out of a saddle setup. And yeah, I guess it is, you can say, you know, it is somewhat lighter. I am saving some weight hunting out of this setup versus these, because I'm still carrying my sticks. With the climber, you're not carrying sticks. You know, you got your climbing stand, but you still got all your camera gear, your backpack, all that stuff, your bow. With the hang-on stand, I'm still carrying all the same sticks and stuff that I'm carrying with that tiny little saddle platform. So I'm still having to carry all the sticks and stuff for this, same as I am that. So basically, you're swapping this huge, you know, hang-on stand for this tiny little saddle platform. So, I mean, you are saving a lot of weight right there as far as that goes. But I just want to make a quick video and kind of throw that out there, because I have a lot of people that don't saddle hunt that ask me, you know, well, why should I switch from a climber to a saddle, or from a hang-on to a saddle? And that's my opinion. That's just why I do it. I know everybody, each to their own. Everybody likes what they like. Some people have the Summit open shot, and they don't have to stand up, or they have certain different kinds of climbers where they don't have to stand up to shoot a bow. And that's cool. I didn't. I had this one. I had to stand up to shoot. Now, if you're rifle hunting, man, you could sit in this joker. It's so comfortable. You could sit in this climbing stand all day long and never need to stand up. 90% of your stuff, you know, you can shoot from the seated position. But being that I hunt with a compound bow all season long, like from the start of the season to the end of the season, I start my season with a compound, I end it with a compound. That's what I hunt with. 99% of my season is with this compound bow. I don't do a lot of rifle hunting. So being as that's the case, and I'm shooting this, that saddle setup just works 100 times better for me as a bow hunter and the way that I hunt. So that's just kind of what I wanted to explain to you guys. And thanks. I'll catch you in the next one.